Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and today I'm going to talk about the film The Green Inferno. Horror can be a very smart genre. It can be a very political genre. It can be a genre that can mean so much more than what you think it actually means. It's a genre that can pack more of a punch than the audience thinks it is, but still convey a very important and interesting and unique message. And it's the kind of genre that people second guess and don't really consider how smart it can really be, and how you have all these important, interesting, thought-provoking ideas, and how horror can say so much about so many different issues. And it can be one of the most amazing and interesting genres that the movies have ever had. And then you have stuff like The Green Inferno. Everything I told you before, that's for all those people who don't really like horror movies, that you have to kind of explain to them that horror is important. And it is, and it has thought-provoking ideas. And they can see those because they're too stupid to get that horror is really cool and fun and gore is kind of funny and stuff. So, for the rest of us who know horror, who like horror, who think horror is fun and gory and get kind of the fun of all that, Green Inferno is for us. It is a dumb, silly horror movie that really does a very good job of being a very B-level horror film. And it's not really much more, but it's really good at being that B-level horror movie. It just reminds me of how much fun a simple B horror movie can be. This girl, Justine, who's a freshman in college and wants to be involved in political activism, and she gets involved in this group who is apprehensive at first, but then takes her along on their trip to the Amazon rainforest, where they're going to stop these developers from taking down the rainforest to develop condos and also destroy a lot of native cultures who live in that forest. And so she goes with them and tries to help them, and they stop this one thing from happening. But then after they're leaving their protest on the plane back, their plane crashes, and after their plane crashes, one of the ancient tribes finds them and takes them hostage, and they very quickly realize that these people are cannibals and will eat them, and they have to find their way out and hopefully not killed by the very tribes they were trying to protect. When I saw this movie, there was a guy sitting a bunch of rows in front of me. He was wearing a very distinct white hoodie, and every time something gross would happen, he'd go, "Oh shit, oh fuck, he just ate that guy's eyeball," and just start laughing, and always calling out any gross, crazy shit that would happen. And that's what The Green Inferno's for. It's for having a good time, laughing it up, laughing at cannibals eating people, and just chilling out and enjoying a B horror film. And in some ways, it makes me look at Eli Roth and both respect him for making something as gory as this. I like B horror movies. I like the B genre and the cheap beer quality to it. It gives you exactly what you want. Green Inferno, I guess it's a cheap beer of a cannibal movie, kind of gives you exactly what you want, but it just doesn't excel at being anything other than that at all. There's no postmodernism involved in this. He might be acting like he's trying to make a B cannibal film. I guess he was too good at it and actually made a B horror cannibal film, like a grindhouse cannibal film. He actually did make one, but it's not the same as what Tarantino does or what a lot of postmodern filmmakers do. He kind of feels like a lot of what happened to Tarantino's other filmmaker buddy, Robert Rodriguez, where, well, you definitely get that this is a B movie, but you're not doing anything with it. You're actually just making a B movie. And I think Green Inferno is very fun with that. It's really good. It gets the spirit of that. It often can look incredibly cheap. It is one of the cheapest and low-rent films I've seen in a long time. And I was kind of surprised because this is Eli Roth's first film since Hostel 2. If you want to count the Thanksgiving trailer or Aftershock, which he wrote and produced, this is the first film he's directed since Hostel 2. And it's dude, what the hell? You got really shitty. There's some parts in here that the direction's even worse than Cabin Fever. I mean, it is super awful. It looks like they did one take and moved on. And some of the writing is tremendously bad. Especially the parts in New York are glaringly awful. In fact, even reviews I've read that like this movie point out the New York parts are just really terrible. When they get to the cannibals, that's when the movie really picks up and really gets going, and he seems to be way more interested in that. He shoots gore very well. He shoots all the cannibal stuff is very well directed and very well done. I think those are probably the best parts of the movie. As much as I want to complain about that, it's kind of what should be the best parts of the movie. You know, those are the parts that you want to see. That's the cheap beer quality genre film, is that it gives you exactly what you want and nothing more. And in a lot of ways, Eli Roth absolutely did that. This film is actually very inspired by a film, Cannibal Holocaust, which is actually probably one of the most important films in horror film history. It's pretty much the film that invented the found footage movie, and it says more about the found footage genre than pretty much any found footage movie that's been released since then. And the film that the people are watching, that is the found footage, and the film that they found is actually called The Green Inferno. So this is all a big Cannibal Holocaust reference. The difference, I think, between Cannibal Holocaust and what makes Cannibal Holocaust such an important film, not just because of its incredible influence. Eli Roth is a really good B horror director. He uses the same plot, a bunch of crazy kids with ideals, or rich kids who are living easy, and then suddenly they're punished for it with the hostile thing, whether it's in Cabin Fever, whether it's in Green Inferno. He has the same plot, and sure, he's good at it. He knows exactly the kind of film he's gonna do. He could never achieve what Cannibal Holocaust did. Cannibal Holocaust is about ideas. It's saying something. It's really saying something about its genre, which it didn't know it was a genre, but honestly it is. It's saying something about media and morals in terms of media, and this is just a goofy B movie. Now, am I asking way too much of this movie? Yeah, sure. But I think the point about Eli Roth is, I don't think some people get mad about Eli Roth. Some people hate Eli Roth. Some people find him annoying. You know, I mean, the last part might be true, but the thing is, Eli Roth isn't a bad director. Eli Roth is somebody who's like a schlock director who kind of just got a little too big, but he is a good schlock director. He's good at doing that B thing. This film doesn't disappoint in that regard. It's not a bad film if you look at it for what it is, and I think Eli Roth, for what the kind of director he is, he's actually a very good director. He's really good at doing that B thing. Tarantino is that next level who takes it and says something about that genre and makes a postmodern critique of it. Green Inferno is not postmodern, really. This film has very basic kind of B horror movie kind of meaning behind it. It is really good at it. It's actually very good at being a B horror movie. I mean, all the stuff with the cannibals is very well done, and it shows like how good Eli Roth is at that stuff, but it's almost like he really could not give less of a fuck about anything else in this movie. And the juxtaposition to that is like, great horror movie directors try to make the other stuff important too and try to say something with it, and it's clear like you just don't care about that, which is fine. I didn't mind seeing a fun, gory cannibal movie on a Tuesday afternoon. It was fun. I had a decent time. I drank my soda. I heard this guy go, "Oh shit, he's eating that guy's eyeball." That was cool. That was fun. I didn't have a problem with that. And I think if you are fine with that and you can experience a really disgusting, gross, gory horror film, this is right up your alley. If you're not, then why would you see this? You should be listening to the beginning of the video when I'm talking about how horror means all this stuff and see some of those movies. Because this isn't for you. This is for everybody else who's been through all that, who knows all that stuff backwards and forwards, and can just open a cold brewski and sit back and laugh with some friends at a gross, disgusting horror movie like Green Inferno. If you're watching this Eli Roth movie for that, then you're definitely going to have a good time with this movie, and you'll definitely get what it's trying to do. And what it's trying to do is just have you have a good time while you watch a bunch of cannibals eat a bunch of college students. So if you have seen the Green Inferno and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments and subscribe if you would like to. And I just wanted to point this out. It's kind of like an interesting little factoid. During the credits, and it has like the, you know, cast and people's names. It's like cast is here, person's name's here, and over here was their Twitter handle. Seriously, they had people's Twitters on the side of the credits. I've never seen that before. Even in something like Unfriended, you'd think in Unfriended they'd do that, but apparently in Green Inferno, like everybody who worked on the crew or something, they had a Twitter. It was like on the side right there. It was very bizarre. I didn't hate it, but I was like, wow, is that a first? I don't know if that's a first. I couldn't find any info on it, but it happened, and it happened in Green Inferno.